Hello, welcome. In this part of the video lecture, in the subject Programming for Problem Solving Lab, we will today see the implicit and explicit type conversion implementation, that is Lab Task 1C. Lab Task 1C is all about implementing implicit and explicit conversion. So what is type conversion? The process of automatically converting a lower data type to a higher data type in C, which does not involve in any kind of data losses and which is temporary, is known as type conversion, or specifically implicit type conversion. On the other hand, during expression evaluation, sometimes we need to convert one data type to another with by force. Such forced or manual conversions are called as explicit type conversion, or people shortly term it as typecasting. So we are going to see a simple program that will be implementing both implicit and explicit type conversions. So dear students, here I have an integer a which is 5 and the float variable b which is 2.5. Okay, so in this part of the lecture there is a and b. So how do you understand this implicit type conversion? So now there is a which is 5, a that is 5 and b that is 2.5. So now how do you understand? X is equal to a plus b. What do we mean by that? What is the value of a? X is equal to a plus b. What do we mean by that? A is 5 plus 2.5. Now this becomes a mixed mode arithmetic operation, but mixed mode arithmetic operations cannot be performed by computers. So therefore 5 is temporarily converted into automatically as float and added to 2.5 to now make the answer as 7.5. The answer is 7.5, but it is stored in x. X is equal to 7.5. Let us now understand what is the data type of x. X is an integer. So when x is an integer, x does not accept the fractional part. So therefore, the fractional part gets truncated. So the point to remember is type conversions do not bother about what happens during assignments. So the value of x, which is 7.5, the value of the result, which is 7.5, simply gets truncated, and in x, the answer simply 7 is stored. So therefore, x will be there with a value called 7. But coming back here, a plus b is 7.5, which is stored in a float value y. So y is a float value, so therefore y happily stores 7.5. When I print x and y, the answer is pretty clear. X stores 7 and y stores 7.5. And this is a simple example of type conversion where automatically the machine does it itself. So now we'll move ahead and study about typecasting or explicit type conversion. Inside typecasting, now typecasting is done using an operator called as typecast operator. The job of typecast operator is to temporarily convert a particular constant or a variable or an expression into a required type. So I want to convert b. What's the value of b? 2.5. Temporarily to integer. So what happens when a 2.5 is forced to convert to integer? You're forcing it. So this might cause data loss. So therefore, x's time being becomes 2. So therefore, when I do this, the value of x will be 2. So now we will move ahead and try to study what is y is equal to, what happens to y when we do this. A by x. What's the value of a? We just understood that the value of a is 5, and by x, x just got the value 2. 5 by 2, dear friends, we want to put it in y. When I wanted to put it in y, 5 by 2 is always integer by integer. It's an integer arithmetic operation and the answer is always 2. Now y is a floating value. So since y is float, when you want to put 2, it becomes 2.00000, which is single precision, because The float values are capable of, floating point data type is capable of storing the up to 6 decimal points, which is called as single precision. People call it as single precision. Single precision. So we'll move ahead and study. In this case, the value of phi will be just 2.000000 up to 6 decimal places. Then when we do this job to find out the value of y, now I want it as 2.5 because, example, if I ask you a percentage, all of us are pretty specific about telling 98.3, 67.7, 95.1. We are considered, we are bothering about those decimal values. Example, interest rates. In all these cases, decimal values matter. So therefore, you needed a force conversion to happen, and that is done using a typecast operator. So you make any one of your data operand to be float. So what happens in this context? I am making A to be as float. So therefore, what are we doing? You are making a temporary float of A. So what is A's value? A value is 5. So it temporarily becomes float. So float of 5, that means A now becomes 5.00000. Don't expect that A will store this. No, A will not store it. A don't have that capacity. Another temporary variable will store the value as this. Now when I want to add it to 2.5, okay. Now A is 5. Now you make it as 5.00 by 2. Again, here you need to call out for an implicit conversion because float by integer again calls out for an implicit conversion. The integer value 2 is automatically upgraded to 2.000000. So implicit conversion happens here. First was explicit and then an implicit happens to convert this arithmetic operation into a real arithmetic operation. And the answer of real arithmetic is always real or float. So therefore the answer is 2.5000. So in this case, y now stores the value 2.50000. Because we made lot of modifications to the source code, let's save the program and compile the program to see if there are any errors. Since the program run with no errors, it's time for us to just run the program and understand how do we get the output. So therefore, the output is clearly seen on your screen, x stores 7 and y stores 7.5. That's an example for implicit conversion, and the example for explicit conversion is all there on your screen. So that's it. Dear students, I now recommend you to do it on your own. So there is something that you got to do it on your own. You can use either the typecasting example for Fahrenheit to Celsius temperature or vice versa, or you can also try it using area of a triangle whose sides are ABC. In any case, I recommend you to take a pen and a paper and try to implement type conversion and typecasting in your own terms. That's it. We'll meet with another video lecture. Good day.